Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the Tom Wilson YouTube channel. This video is looking ahead to the Boxing Day action, the 27th action, the action on the 27th. Quick video tonight, not going into too much detail of the selections, but just putting the selections out there. Maybe a line or two on each. With it being Christmas Eve, wanting to get sorted and get the kids settled. So, without further ado, let's get straight in to the action on Boxing Day, starting with the quarter one at Kempton. I thought Outlaw Pete, Paul Nicholls, was overpriced, stepping back down in trip. He was pulled up last time over 3 miles, but he did win his chase debut over this trip. When completing his 2 from 2 at the course, and he's also won on goodish ground in the past. I thought he was slightly overpriced at 11 to 1, so a bit of an each way wager on him. Moving on to the 120, which is the grade 1 Gaucho Star and Novices Chase. I think the market has sort of rectified itself here. New Zealand's way out playing it. All class, some slight concerns over the stamina, but I think he should hold all of the class required to win this. So a Paul Nicholls double to start the day, nothing in the 155. So we skip ahead to the big one, King George, a back Man's game. Anti-post for this. Might have a little bit more on him at 9 to 4, but the real whacker each way would be my fresh bet into this. Really sound jumper. He's got excuse for being pulled up at Cheltenham in November. He's struck into quite badly. Obviously, grade 1 winner as a novice. Yeah, I think he's got everything here. If he can get out in front, get jumping, he could put the others under pressure. So the real whacker each way is my fresh bet in the King George. Also got a bet from Aintree to offer up, which is in what was originally the Tolworth Glory, the Irish Raider. I don't think Gordon Elliott is someone other for this if you didn't think he had a good chance. 3 to 1 looks a very good price. It was a grade 1 winner in Ireland, winning the Royal Bond. I know the form of that's been crap, but I quite like Ash Road Diamond, who he bet fairly comfortably in that race. I do have him down as a bit more of a stayer. I think he isn't the speediest type, but conditions are going to be tested. I think that'll play to his standard credentials. So Fan and Glory at 3 to 1. Moving on to the action on the 27th, I do have a few more selections for that day. We're going to skip to Chepstow, the 140. The price on Eldorado Allen has drifted slightly from when I last looked at this race, but I really like the look of him. It's a deep race, this for sure, but I like Eldorado Allen. He's stepping out of graded company. Just had a quick look. He wasn't beaten all that far in the Hennessy, or the old Hennessy. Victorino, who was behind in grade 3 company at Ascot last time out, has since won, looking very, very good. Obviously, Eldorado Allen was giving away a fair bit of weight to that horse that day. You look at his form in behind Hewick. He obviously was considered good enough to race in the Gold Cup last year, even if he was 100 to 1 poke. This is the first time he stepped out of graded company for quite some time. I think Eldorado Allen could be a very good bet there. My other selection from Chepstow comes in the Welsh Grand National. Nassalam's the way I'll be playing it each way, 8 to 1 there. Won the trial for this. Also, he'll appreciate the testing conditions. He's a really good jumper. Really good impressed with his performance in the Grand Sefton at Aintree earlier on in the season. Looking back to Kempton. Do apologise, skipping about a bit here. Just try to get through it as quick as possible. Grade 2 Novices Chase here. Master Chewy just can't win, full of no money. I'm going to give an each way play to Petit Tonnerre here. I've been quietly impressed by his performances at Cheltenham and then at Sandown. He's gone about his business fairly quietly. Yeah, I think Petit Tonnerre could hit the frame there. 12 to 1 looks a fair price to me. Moving on to the next race at Kempton, the 220. With the 230, sorry, the grade 2 Desert Orchid Handicap. Booth Hill obviously deserves a lot of respect here, but Haddock's de Zobo, should he take up this race, 7-1 is drifted. I'm not quite sure why. I thought it was a really, really good third actually. Nico de Moinville dropped up on this, so you'd have to assume this is where they decided to go. Third behind Jean Bon and Edwardstown last time out at Sandown. That's decent enough form. I think Alex De Zobo could take the beating off 157 here. So yeah, he'd be my selection in the race there. That's my final selection from Kempton. Skipping ahead to Leopardstown now. The Grade 1 Paddy's Rewards Club Chase. Dino Blue getting £7 from Captain Guinness. The extra furlong won't be in Captain Guinness's favour. Dino Blue, very, very good mare. I think she could rack up with the geldings this year. So Dino Blue, a point win at 15-8. I'll obviously post all the selections on the day of the race on my Twitter page at Racing TJW. Going ahead to the future novices, future champions novices hurdle, sorry, the Grade 1. Danny Longlegs, were really impressed with him on his debut. I think he'll take all the beating there, 2-1. I prefer him over down memory lane. And then skipping ahead to the 3 o'clock, bit similar to Eldorado Allen. James de Burley is coming out of graded company here, back into a handicap, tongue strap third. I'm quietly impressed with his run at Cheltenham last year. I know he didn't really get into the mix, but I thought it ran well actually for a long way in the Turners. Shaped really well. I think he looked as though he'd appreciate the step up in trip. Yeah, 33-1 each way. That's a cracking price for me. James de Burley's there. Obviously, Daryl Jacob in really good form as well, with a 40% strike rate. So that concludes the selections. As I say, I will post them all on my Twitter page over the next couple of days. Take care. Have a very good and Merry Christmas, and I'll see you maybe on the evening of the 27th for a look ahead to the rest of the festive action. Take care.